Welcome back to HFTG Radio, coming to you live from deep within the heart of the beautiful and scenic San Angeles. And let me tell you something, kiddos, as I look outside my studio window at the waterfront and I see all those beautiful sparkling lights, it really gets a man thinking. You see, at one time, I used to be a real heartbreaker. I know for a fact that I played around and I played for keeps. Now, I may have upset a few people every once in a while. I even had one girl going crazy. Kinda something like this.
Oh, here we go, walking, talking like you know I want your pretty little psycho. I'm ready to go, I'm taking chances, sipping less from champagne glasses. Gotta have you, I'm moving closer, I won't take no for an answer. You're looking crazy, you're looking wrong, it looks like we're gonna get along. And once I've got you, it's a fact, baby, there's no turning back. Make me impressed. Make me obsessed. Now light it up, rebel, can't get enough. You're looking crazy, you're looking wrong. We look like we belong. And once I've got you, it's a fact. Baby, there's no turning back. Make me impressed. Make me obsessed.
You can't go around breaking everyone's heart. You have to grow up sometime. And I remember I was walking down the road and I came across this pretty thing. I caught her eye, she caught mine. And let's just say there was some palpitations. I started talking to her, and the only thing I could say, she really kick-started my heart. ladies and gentlemen, it seems like it's about that time for me. I can see our next host walking in as we speak. He's got that shark tooth smile on his face. He looks like he's been having a real good time out there. Now I know what you're asking. What happened to the girl that I was talking to before? Well, every young love is supposed to end tragically. And just like every other young love, ours ended the same way. She broke my heart. I broke hers. Let's just say, for something so new, for something so passionate, she just turned into an outright bubblegum bitch.
Gotta figure like a pin, gotta figure like a doll. Don't care if you think I'm dumb, I don't care at all. Candy best, sweetie pie, wanna be adored. I'm the girl you die for. I'll chew you up and I'll spit you out, 'cause that's what young love is all about. So pull me closer and kiss me hard. I'm gonna pop your bubblegum heart. Oh, sugar pink, lick a lips. Hit me with your sweet love, steal me with a kiss. Oh, sugar pink, lick a lips. I'm gonna be your bubblegum bitch. I'm gonna be your bubblegum bitch. Quintex, latex, I'm your wonder maid. Life gave me some lemons, so I made some lemonade. Soda pop, baby, here I come. Straight to number one. Oh, dear diary, I met a boy. He made my dull heart light up with joy. Oh, dear diary, we fell apart. Welcome to the life of Electra Heart. Oh, sugar pink, lick a lips. Hit me with your sweet love, steal me with a kiss. Oh, Miss Sugar Pink, lick a lips. I'm gonna be your bubblegum bitch. I'm gonna be your bubblegum bitch. I think I want your American tan. Oh, 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 I think I'm gonna be my biggest fan. Oh, sugar pink, lick a lips. Hit me with your sweet love, steal me with a kiss. Oh, Miss Sugar Pink, lick a lips. I'm gonna be your bubblegum bitch. I'm gonna be your bubblegum bitch. Oh, Miss Sugar Pink, lick a lips. Hit me with your sweet love, steal me with a kiss. Oh, Miss Sugar Pink, lick a lips. I'm gonna be your bubblegum bitch. I'm gonna be your bubblegum bitch.
I swear, I don't know who that is, but I'm not gonna lie, his voice is rather good. How's it going, everyone? I know this show was supposed to be yesterday, but better late than never, as I always say. Welcome to episode number 2 of Dropping You a Love Line, where I am going to talk about and possibly give some advice on some actual questions that are being asked. So, I hope you all enjoy the DJ. He seems to be nice. He always says hello. I'm quiet again. He always seems to say hello, so that's always good. I'm going to see if I can fix this. Well, how about now? Is that better? There was an update to Streamlabs, and now everything's all screwed up again. Ray asking the hard-hitting questions right away. It's a bit better. I don't know what's wrong, but even in my recording, it seems to be rather low. So I don't know. I honestly don't know why. I can always just get closer to the microphone, I guess. Alright. So, I want to say hello to all of you in the chat. Boost my gain. I have my gain boosted, woman. I have it boosted as high as it can go. Here, second. There, is that better? I have boosted my gain. Is that better? Completely 100% professional stream. What are you talking about? Okay. Full volume Antoine. Alright. Alright, let's try this again. Welcome everyone to episode 2 of... what did I call it? Dropping You a Love Line. Where I, your wonderful cyber demon host, am going to do what I can to actually answer some questions, give you some good advice, and maybe save some of you from a hell of a lot of problems there. So, let's go ahead and say hello to those who are in the chat. This is 100% a professional stream. I have no idea what Dark is talking about. Always, always, always professional. Speaking of, Dark got first, and Ishtar got second. Shame, Ishtar. Shame, shame, shame. Ray got third, and Vess Husband comes in clutch with the honourable mention. I also see Zeo Gold is in the chat. How's it going, Zeo Gold? I think that's everybody as of right now who is at least talking. So, I guess we're going to start off with Ray's hard-hitting question that he put in the chat. That was impromptu. He says, impromptu relationship question. Can I beat up my wife if 1, I wear gloves, and 2, mock the Last Supper first? Just asking. So, I mean... yes? Because they're mocking the Last Supper, but no, because beating your wife is never a good idea. I know what you're mentioning. Look, the Olympics has pissed off everyone, and I honestly can't say that I have given 2 shits about what's been going on with the Olympics. It's not that I don't enjoy competition. I just don't care. Like, I was into the Olympics a while ago, like when I was a young cyber demon. I thought they were fun. But it's kind of tedious. Every 2 years they take over and it gets boring. I have been keeping up with the amount of medals we've been winning. Apparently China is doing really well. They are in first for gold medals, as well as first for the amount of medals. The US is in a close second, I think by like 3 gold medals. I would consider that close. But we are also second for most medals. So, yay, America. What's the saying? America, fuck yeah. There we go. That's my take on the the Olympics. I don't care. Simone Biles got a gold medal. Congratulations. The men's gymnastics team also got a gold medal, breaking a record of like 12 Olympics or whatever. But how is everyone? I know, me personally, it's been a week. Not a great week, but not a horrible week. I can say this though. Ever since I was blocked by Myron, my Twitter feed has been rather quiet from stupidity. But for those of you who have seen the tweet, I'd like you to share it around. So I know that matriarchy was fight the matriarchy was, what's a nice way of putting these? Matriarchy was listen, my mother said if you weren't going to say anything nice, don't say anything at all. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I want to talk to more of these people. And hopefully they'll talk to me. But I can't guarantee it. So I need you all to start sharing things around. So, how are we going to get this started? Well, I have a bit of, well, everyday advice. And it comes from the experience that I had this week. And it has to do with work. I, unfortunately, work with someone who doesn't necessarily know how to talk to people. And in my, well, it is my unfortunate relegation to be working with this person. I don't understand how someone who is in a position of authority like this doesn't understand that when you say certain phrases to your people that you work with, it has effects. Now, I've been doing this particular job for 6, 7, 8 months since the job actually started within the company that I've worked for. And it's been easy. It's a lot of data entry, which is not my particularly favourite thing to do, but it's still something. But it's helping with what we do. I've been doing this for a long time, and I bring that up because I got talked to yesterday because I brought something from someone else without looking at it, and I told this person that we needed to order something. I'm being very vague because I kind of have to. I apologise. You get the gist of what this is going on. What's going on? So she says, "Okay, we'll order the part," and then she proceeds to point out something to me that is probably the first thing that you learn when doing this particular position, which I learned 7 months ago, that I use daily, that I see daily. I see minutes every single time I look at something new to enter data. I have to look at this. And there's no nice way that she could have said this, so she knew what she was saying. And she said, "Just for your future reference, this is what we use when we're determining if something has something or not." I don't like being condescended to. I like it even less when you think you're being witty. I do this professionally. I'm snarky. Professionally. I've been paid for this. So I know when someone's being an absolute bitch. Now, where am I talking about getting... What advice would I have given myself? Because I actually had to bite my tongue. really, really hard. Because I have to remain professional. So I just said, yes, I know that's where it is. And she responded, well, with the couple of things that you've done in the last week, I would think you forgot. In my head, I basically said, listen, bitch, I will murder you. I don't care what race you are. I don't care what gender you are. I will throw you in front of a bus. Instead, I swallowed it down, just said, and just walked away. How do you deal with someone like this? I know everyone has come in contact with people they don't like at work. And it's really hard to understand what you should be doing at work in dealing with, well, pieces of shit. Because she is. She knows what she was saying. She knows why she was saying it. She just got promoted, so this is kind of a power trip for her. In this setting, you have to hold off. As much as you want to say what you want to say, it's not good. It's not going to be good for you. It's not going to be good for your job. You do need to be a little calm. So, not everyone has a job that has an open door policy, right? I am lucky enough to have a job that has an open door policy, which means I can go to my boss. I can go to my supervisor, or I can go to my boss's boss. I don't like going to my boss because I feel like I'm going over my supervisor's head. I don't like going to my boss's boss because I feel like I'm going over my boss's head. So unfortunately, I know what someone's going to say. Well, you just have to sit there and take it. You don't. There's not anything in this world that you have to sit there and take like that. No, we're not talking about Tenacious D. So I went to my supervisor and I raised my concerns. And that didn't help. Now, so in this situation for everyone, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go to your supervisor. If your supervisor doesn't help, you are supposed to go to, well, you can go to HR. Now, I want you to understand something about HR, though. HR is not there to help you. HR is there to help the company. So if your problem starts to become a problem for the company, that's when they'll step in. How do you deal with this person? If HR, you've given your complaint, you've talked to your boss, you deal with it, right? How do you go about? Well, you can quit, but that doesn't help anybody. What you're supposed to do, at least what I would do, is, I want to say be passive aggressive, but that's not good either. The best thing you can do is, if you're able to, put headphones on, ignore them, and do your job. Or, if you really want to get under their skin, do your job better than they do. I ended up separating myself from the situation because I had to. So I did that today. If you can separate yourself, give yourself some time to cool off, that's what you need to do. Unbeknownst to me, my supervisor went to his boss, which is also my boss, and I got called into the office later on, where My boss said he had heard things third hand and wants to know what's going on. Now, in this situation you can embellish if you want. I don't suggest it. Just be honest. Now, I was honest with what she said and how it affected me, and I told him it doesn't. I'm not one to be condescended to. I don't like it. No one likes it. It was insulting. He actually didn't know that's what happened and why I was so upset. If you are ever feeling like you are stuck somewhere, there is always someone that you can talk to. And you need to find who they are. So I know this is not necessarily relationship advice. It's kind of good advice if you're dealing with a work colleague that's just, in my case, an absolute cunt of a woman. But that's why my week wasn't that great. Zero Gold says, well, Antoine, I'm celebrating my birthday late due to a busy last few days. Happy birthday, Zero Gold. Alright. I have no real segue to this. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump into some questions. And we're going to go ahead and see if I can't help with certain things. So I did get a couple of questions, DM'd to me. More than a couple. So I'm going to read one, and I'm going to do my best to answer it. So this question, I'm not going to say who it's from. Just going to read it. It says, I'm a 41-year-old male. I'm on the spectrum, on the high end. I have a speech issue. When I ask a girl out, I find out from the grapevine that I'm a creep and that I creep them out. When I ask how, they can't or won't explain it. I get, you're a creep. I creep is not the right word, but I can't explain it. So I don't know how to fix it. When I am told no, I just say something to the line of, I needed to ask, but it's cool. Then I just walk away due to a no, and is what I think will happen, so it doesn't bother me. Kinda like if you know what the most lucky outcome is, why be upset when that is the outcome? I will really like to know how to not creep a female out. I know it's hard due to I don't know how I'm doing it. Alright, so this is actually something that's very common. And believe it or not, my friend James is kind of going through the same type of thing. It's not that he creeps them out, he just makes them feel uncomfortable. And I think that's what it is. It's not that you creep them out. Okay, it's not. You just, what's the new term? You give them the ick. And that's not necessarily your fault. My friend James is the nicest guy in the world. But he also gives women the ick. So, how to go about doing something to change that? In this instance, being that you're on the spectrum, high functioning as you are, it's really important to understand your limitations. Now, if your limitation is, part of it is you can't read social cues, then that's what you need to focus on. Okay, so, I'm not calling you a narcissist, if you're listening. I'm using it as an example. Narcissists have a problem with emotions, right? They're not good feeling the right emotions at the time that they're supposed to. So they see what other people do at that time and they mimic them. in the instance that you are talking to a woman, it may not be you. Alright? It's maybe you didn't read the situation correctly. Maybe you didn't understand that things were not the way that you perceived them. And that's the problem with my friend James. He has the same issue. He does not understand when a woman is just being nice comparatively to being attracted to him. So how do you go about not creeping women out? One, understand that you're not. I mean, unless you are legitimately like staring them down with your hair in front of your face and your hand in your pants stroking wildly, you're not creeping them out. And that's what they mean by that's not the right word for it. You make them feel uncomfortable. So the best thing that you could possibly do is try to assuage that. Now, with your situation, I don't know what... You said you're on the spectrum. I don't know what your autistic trait is. So, again, if it's like you can't read social cues, that you can learn to mimic them. You may not understand them. You may think they're stupid. You may think you don't need them. I personally don't know how that situation works. My advice that I usually give James in this situation is to ask someone else. I don't mean ask another woman. I mean ask someone that you trust. If you have a best friend who is successful in relationships, talk to him. Before you do anything, bring up the situation, bring up what's going on, and they may be able to tell you a bit more about what could possibly happen. Automatically thinking that you're going to fail is not a good way to have the outcome in your head. It can be upsetting. So, find someone you trust. Have them help you with the situation. Bounce your ideas off them. Bounce the situation of what happened off of them. And they can give you a pretty decent perspective on what to do next time, or how to approach the situation next time. The best thing you can do is not give up. It's important to not give up. Everyone doesn't deserve to be in a relationship, but they deserve to at least experience it. Right? So, it's a convoluted answer. I understand. I've gone all over the place with it. So, the best thing I can say is just kind of find someone to bounce your ideas off of that you trust. And when they tell you how things go, or they tell you some advice on what to do in that situation, listen. And I bring up James again because it doesn't matter how many times I tell him, he still does the exact same thing every time, expecting a new outcome. It doesn't work, and I sometimes want to strangle him, but I can't because he's in a different state, and if I killed him, well, then I wouldn't have my best friend anymore. So, try and understand that if you understand your limitations, you can understand how to overcome them. And having someone to bounce your ideas off of is a good choice. So I hope that helped in whatever way. Now, I did get some other questions, and we're going to move on, because I want to get as many of these things answered before we because this is going to be a short show, not 2 hours like normal. So, I got a question on Twitter in my DMs. Shockingly. That wasn't a bot. Real quick, before I get into this, have any of you been noticing an inundation of DMs from bots? Because I have. I've been getting a ton of them. They're never fun. I don't know what Elon is doing. I just know whatever he's attempting is failing. So, from Twitter. My friends want me to stop my schooling because they're afraid I'll become a bitch. What do I do? Well, alright, I actually had this come up. Not this particular situation, but from another friend of mine a couple of days ago. Not necessarily because of school, but because of something he found an interest in that is not of the norm. And it is affecting one of his friends that is not me, and he's a little worried about what to do about it. So I'm going to give the advice that I gave him, which is really simple, and without getting into too much detail. I said, just keep. So for the person who asked this question, just keep doing what you're doing. You're going to school for a reason. If they're worried about you becoming a bitch, that's their problem. The whole school thing is, well, since you're going to school, is not new, but new to them, I guess. And it's something that you found that you want to do. At least I'm assuming you want to do it if you're going to school. You can enjoy it, and you can enjoy your friends. If they cannot accept you because you're going to school, for whatever reason, well, they're not really your friends. I'm not saying drop them. I'm just saying maybe you should find a new set. It's whatever you're going to school for is important to you, and that's a good thing. A lot of people don't find what they want to do. I mean, I didn't find what I wanted to do with my life for a while, and I still technically haven't succeeded at it, but I'm trying. So I lost a lot of friends while doing this YouTube thing. And sometimes it was my fault, I can accept that. But a lot of times it wasn't. And the problem with it not being my fault is I have no control over the situation. You're going to lose friends. And that's fine. It's something that has to happen for you to grow, right? You have to get better at discerning who you want as a friend. Ishtar has really good advice for this. And Ishtar says that everyone comes into your life for a reason. They come into your life for a certain they come into your life for a certain set of time. When they leave, their job is done. Whatever they were there for, I'm paraphrasing Ishtar. Whatever they were there for, they've accomplished. The friends you have now might have already accomplished their goals. They might have introduced you to something. They might have introduced you to someone. might be the reason that you were able to get the courage to go to school and study what you want to study. You're going to meet a lot of people, and you're going to lose a lot of people. It's what you do with the knowledge that they give you that helps. So I hope that helped. I don't know if any of this stuff makes sense to anyone but me as I ramble to you guys. Like, this is not necessarily a show style that I'm used to. I don't have it all planned out yet. I'm still working out the kinks, so bear with me. Now, this next question I got actually touches a little close to home, and I mean personally, close to home for me. How can I recover the relationship with my parents after they ruined my credit score by using my credit card and not paying it? See, I didn't even get to that far. My parents, my father more specifically, used my name for certain things while I was growing up. And at the point in time, him and my mother were divorced. And he did not see the need to pay for what he used my name for. So it actually ruined my credit completely. Now, I have tried to get a handle on things, and I've done okay. I pay bills. My credit score is still awful, but I guess it depends on the person. If you have a good relationship with your family, you can tell them, you screwed me over, Mum. You screwed me over, Dad. I need your help. I need you to help fix what you ruined. If you have a bad relationship with your family, believe it or not, my advice to you is take them to court. Take them to Judge Judy. That actually is a good idea. If you can prove that they did that, that's a really good idea. Like People's Court, there is a funding pool. So, like, say your bills come to $5,000, which was the max at People's Court, and you won, right? You then get that $5,000, and then whoever lost actually has to pay them. So you get your payment, and then they have to pay them. So it was a little bit of TV court. But yeah, it's the best thing I can say is just communication with what's going on. Now, if they did it behind your back, you are right to be angry. Credit is important. It's how you buy a car. It's how you buy a house. It's how you get any manner of things. If it's really bad, and to be fair, mine is really bad. I'm in like the low. I'm in like I believe low 400s. I couldn't even get credit at like the worst credit place on the planet. They'd be like, no, you can't get, we can't trust you with that. So you need to, well, tell them exactly how you feel, how it made you feel. And you're right, it should be illegal for parents to open a credit card in their child's name under the age of 18. You're right, because it screws with the kid. But there are ways around that. Like, you can open a credit card at... I'm dating myself. You can open a credit card at Robinson's May under someone else's name. As long as you have, like, a bill from them and an ID that says so, whether it's a real ID or not. You can open up a Best Buy credit card with someone else's name. The places that do things like that, it's it's too easy to steal free money like that. I don't know about jail time, Doc. That's a probation. They have to pay it back, restitution and probation. Slap an ankle bracelet on them. It is illegal. Parents, though, that's something different. It's not necessarily identity theft. It's just parents being assholes. This one is... you know... Love for the Guildless. Maybe I should call it that instead of dropping a love line. So, this one... Oh my god, this one is... I didn't look at these questions really well before starting this, so the fact that I'm going to say again, this one hits kind of close to home. My girlfriend doesn't act like one. She acts like a party girl and gets mad when I try to talk about it. How do I fix this? Well, you've already tried to talk to her about it. You've already tried to fix it. It's not going to get fixed. She has to want that. And when I say this is close to home, well, and Ishtar can attest to this, this is basically what happened with my brother. My brother got married to, well, I hate to say it, a slag. Like, Ishtar, we were at the wedding. The wedding was in Vegas. Now, I'm not going... Why am I... I'm not going to say anything bad about Vegas weddings. Like, the Venetian has a wedding package. It's chapel, things like that. It's beautiful. The casinos have these wedding chapels that are really well organized. My brother and his soon-to-be wife decided they were going to get married at the Little White Chapel in Vegas. The Little White Chapel in Vegas is famous. And for those of you who watched WWE during the Attitude Era, also will know that this chapel is the same drive-up chapel that Triple H used to secretly marry an unconscious Stephanie McMahon. The 90s and the Attitude Era were wild. So they got married there. It was not a great ceremony. They didn't drive up, they actually went inside. They did not get married by Elvis, but I wouldn't have been shocked. And yes, they got married drunk, along with their friends. So, this is a wedding. Now, I understand it's a Vegas wedding. So, it's a Vegas wedding at the Little White Chapel that was, on the softer side of trashy. She got married in a micro skirt and a top that was skin tight and showed her stomach. She's not one of the people that should be wearing things that show her stomach. And she had a veil. She had a bouquet. She had... my brother wore a tuxedo shirt and jeans. No, I think he wore slacks. He at least wore slacks. Ishtar and I went dressed rather nicely. If we would have known that this was going to be a white trash get drunk wedding, I would have gone in flip-flops, jean shorts, and a tank top to blend in. My sister says she looked like a cheap hooker. I wouldn't even go cheap hooker. She just looked like someone that was freely giving it away. Needless to say, my brother has 2 children. 2 young boys. I have nephews. I've met them a total of twice. My brother's wife was a party girl. I am getting to the question, see? She was a party girl. My brother was a partier as well. My brother's choice of substance is alcohol and pot. Her choice of substance is cocaine. He tried, after they got their children taken away, twice. He got himself sober enough. I do mean enough. I'm not going to get into everything. But he got himself sober enough to pass the court's tests and things like that to get their kids back. His now second ex-wife decided and told him flat out that she didn't want the children, she never should have had them with him, and she just wants to have fun. She chose partying over her children. There's only one solution to this. Just one. And that solution is to end the relationship. There's no helping her. You've already talked to her about it. In this case, the example that I gave you, my brother talked to her. The courts talked to her, and it still wasn't good enough because she wanted to have fun. So the only answer is to leave. You've done your best. You've tried. You've talked to her. It's not going to get better. So just go. Leave her the fuck alone. Get yourself as far away from her as possible. It's astounding how just awful that woman was. My brother is not an angel, right? He is an alcoholic, and he has some problems, but he loves his children. Loves them a lot, enough to at least attempt to get and stay sober. So it astounds me that a mother would say something like that. You get a little bit of personal with me here about my life, which is not, again, I don't mind sharing things. I don't actually know what I'm going to do with these. I feel like I'm stumbling. Like it's taking... Tomorrow is going to be the stream with Banshee, right? And I'll have fun with that because we go over TikToks and Reddit things, and it's stuff to react to. I don't want to do another news show. I want this to be something different. So please bear with me as I figure out how to get back in the swing of things with you guys. Right? I don't want this to just be another, oh, this is a show that I review things. I don't. Maybe I need a co-host or something that we can bounce ideas off of. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I'm going to try and answer one last question before we go. If any of you have questions in the chat, just go ahead and tag me. We'll go over them. I really don't want to touch that question. It's a race question that I really don't want to. Here we go. My girlfriend got drunk at a wedding and announced she might not want to marry me. Do I stay or go? It's a real simple answer. Is this a serious relationship? If it's a serious relationship, well, she was drunk. Being drunk lowers your inhibitions, allows you to say the things that you may not want to say. Relationships are very easy, especially ones like this one. Talk to her when she's sober. Find out what she really meant. If she doesn't, if she's starting to fall out of love with you, or whatever it is, or you guys have only been together for 3 months, leave. It's that simple. She's not looking at you at the long term. But if she's talking to you about it, and she says why she said that, maybe it's something you're doing, or maybe it's she's not in the right headspace. It's not a bad thing to actually just talk it out and see where you need to go. It's always important to know where the relationship is heading. So, alright Ray, you're not going to miss much. I'm about to head out myself. So, I'm noticing that a lot of relationship advice could come down to basically just talk to the person. See what they have to say. But I think that's going to do it for this episode. A little bit shorter than last time. Last time I went a little bit over. I'm going to see if I can actually talk to, maybe bring on guests, or talk to MGTOW, or talk to Red Pillars, just have a conversation. I like talking to people, you know that. So we'll see where this goes. So until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I know this is not my normal thing. Tomorrow is my birthday. I'm going to be turning 43. And I will be streaming with Dev Banshee on her Twitch channel. Well, we'll go over some TikToks. I hope to see you all there. And I hope we all have a wonderful evening. Good night.